This is Outnumbered. I'm Harris Faulkner, here today Sandra Smith, co-host of After the Bell on Fox Business, Melissa Francis, radio talk show host Meghan McCain, and today's hashtag one lucky guy. The political
You
editor.
love doing that.
I know. The political editor of townhall.com, Guy Benson, is his name. Outnumbered.
He's rocking the socks. Look.
Oh,
Thank
he is.
you.
Yeah, I got purple in my heart, and you got them on your socks.
A little flair.
Thank
you, ladies.
Hey,
Great to be
guys.
back.
Yeah.
I love being here.
We have so much going on.
We really
Ready?
do. I'm so ready.
All right,
let's do it.
Kick off with the news, shall we? Stunning new emails hacked from former Secretary of State Colin Powell's Gmail account. They're shedding new light on everything from Hillary Clinton's email scandal to her alleged true feelings about President Obama. In messages obtained by The Intercept, Powell complained to a confidant that, quote, Hillary's mafia was trying to suck him into her email scandal. One message said in part, sad thing, HRC could have killed this 2 years ago by merely telling everyone honestly what she had done and not to tie me into it. I told her staff 3 times not to try that gambit. I had to throw a mini tantrum at a Hamptons party to get their attention, end quote. Ed Henry, not throwing tantrums, but good to see him. Live from Washington with the latest. Hey, Ed.
Good to see you, Harris. I'm sure you've never thrown a tantrum in the Hamptons. You don't even hang out there at all. But this is tough stuff from Colin Powell. In another email, a top Democratic donor tells Powell that Clinton actually still hates President Obama because of the 2008 election. A top Powell aide today confirms to Fox he was indeed hacked and these emails are legit, but Powell will have no further comment. Well, the emails are doing all the talking. They're screaming right now. In fact, in one email, Powell rails about Clinton's campaign trying to throw him under the bus by falsely claiming he gave her the green light to use a personal email account. Powell insists he only told her he used an AOL account for personal unclassified notes and used a secure State Department computer for classified email. Far different from Clinton, of course, having classified email on her personal server. Clinton, in one of these emails you can see here, writing to a friend, I have told Hillary's minions repeatedly they're making a mistake by trying to drag me in, and yet they still try. The media isn't fooled, and she is getting crucified. Powell also raises questions about her health. Writing last year, she appeared to be struggling to get up some stairs on a plane. Now, someone as respected as a retired general raising these questions obviously pours more water on the idea that these health questions are just conspiracy theories. Meanwhile, Powell just as tough or tougher on Donald Trump, calling him a, quote, national disgrace, taking aim at Trump by declaring there's no need for Democrats to attack Trump because he's been in the process of destroying himself in this campaign. Look at this one email. Powell writing, yep, the whole birther movement was racist. That's what the 99% believe. When Trump couldn't keep that up, he said he also wanted to see if the certificate noted that he, meaning President Obama, was a Muslim. By the way, Powell adds in another email he was frustrated with Clinton over something else. She had allegedly gouged a university so much for a paid speech that the school got into hot water and pulled back on paying Powell some big money for a lecture of his own. So some of this might be a little bit personal, Harris.
Yeah, sounds like it. And, you know, I know the BuzzFeed was reporting, too, about those emails that he said about Donald Trump. He said, well, I'm not denying it when they ask him about those. Ed Henry, good to see you. Thank you very much. We'll bring it out for everybody to react to. Guy, I want to get your opinion, first of all, on just this whole idea of how much information is coming out right now.
Oh, those are brutal emails for both of these major party nominees. I do want to say, before we delve into the teeth of it, I feel a little weird and gossipy and almost exploitive talking about this stuff because this is hacked personal emails. Yeah. It's similar to the DNC hack, where there was lots of newsworthy, juicy tidbits that's irresistible for people like us to break down, and I get why we're doing it. It is newsworthy.
Wait.
But these are private emails.
With that, though?
Please do.
Okay, because I think that maybe this is the new world that we live in, and that now you don't have to bother to lie in public anymore. I mean, Colin Powell would come out normally, and so many other politicians and say, oh, no, I really like her, you know, or you say one thing in public and then they obviously feel completely different. Maybe
but that's everybody. That's not just
politicians. It is everybody. So
Let
maybe
me push
we don't
back
have
on
to
you,
lie.
Do you want your emails coming public?
Of course I don't.
Right.
But I think that now in this day and age, maybe it's one of those things that's just going to happen, and you have to always watch what you say in an email, or don't say one thing in public and another thing in private. I mean, it's just maybe there's something liberating about this. I'm just being the devil's advocate for the other side, because I don't think it's going to go away, is my point.
I agree with that.
My father used to say in wartime, every good soldier know that you don't write stuff down. So an email is akin to leaving a big old board on your desk that says what you really think.
I'm surprised.
Keep it in your head.
I'm surprised someone like Colin Powell, when I was reading this, I was like, oh, secretaries of state, they're just like us. They gossip in emails. But I was actually surprised someone of his stature and his pedigree would be putting all of this in writing, especially everything HRC touches, she kind of screws up with hubris. Yes. Some major smack talk from Colin Powell about Hillary Clinton.
And what about the smack talk on President Obama that was included in some of these email exchanges? A Democratic mega donor, the corporate financier Jeffrey Leeds, really sort of set her up to be this sore loser in some of these revenge emails, saying that she hates that the president kicked her, you know what, in 2008. She can't believe it or accept it. The very man that is out on the campaign trail saying you should vote for her.
That one, I think Hillary can't believe she might not make it. It's the one prize she wants. She has everything else. That was the continuation of the email she was just talking about. But like Megan says, just like us.
Well, reportedly, reportedly, former Secretary Powell sent NBC News reporter Andrea Mitchell an email just last month. And it said, I told her how I was using my personal computer for unclassified emails. I said nothing about servers, basements, domains, Clinton Foundation, government employees, Powell wrote. The Clintonistas have been trying for months to connect our usage.
No, that's I mean, that is such an important point, because that's what a lot of Clinton defenders and surrogates have been saying all over the media for a span of months, saying, oh, Condoleezza Rice and Colin Powell, they sort of did the same thing. That was never true. And here's Powell publicly griping very bitterly about the fact. He's like, look, I used email for private unsecure stuff, but I never told her to set up a private unsecure server in her basement, which is what she did. So the false equivalency really got under his skin. And the fact that he had to throw a mini tantrum to get the Clinton people to back off.
In the Hamptons, of all places.
That's not the worst thing to have to do, I guess.
Well, you know what, Megan? It was nearly trending one night. I was looking on Twitter, backwoods mafia thing. It was what you said on Outnumbered about how they destroyed phones and all that's gone on.
It just seems like something that would happen in the backwoods, like destroy this out here, get, you know, Polly from The Sopranos, destroy all the information. I still stand by that statement.
So not a lot of what you're seeing in these emails is a surprise, I would think, by that statement.
The only thing that I'm surprised at is that Colin Powell is so defensive, and his communication with Condoleezza Rice. Like I said, even for someone like him, I wouldn't put things like this in an email if I were him, and he's a smart man. But beyond that, can I say one more thing?
Yes, of course.
He's covering himself right now for, other than he doesn't want to be associated with this email leak, but he, for a long time, he's persona non grata with me. He endorsed Obama in 08, and for a long time,
and
you know,
12.
And 12. I don't consider him a conservative. I don't consider him a Republican.
Do these emails change your opinion of that,
No,
though?
I just
because
think
he took down everybody.
I think he's trying to change his perspective, maybe, because he is being tied to these Hillary Clinton emails in so many ways, and maybe he's trying to cover his tracks, but I don't consider him a conservative, and I don't consider him part of the tribe.
So, Melissa, I want to ask you about something that Representative Elijah Cummings released. It was that 2009 email from Colin Powell where he said, be very careful, Powell warned Clinton. I got around all of it by not saying much and by not using systems that captured data. I mean, there are some things that went back and forth between these two that make you go, what is that?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that went back and forth. To me, these emails, while being somewhat catty, just feel very honest. I mean, it's the natural reaction to all the things that we've had out there. And that's what I mean sort of about maybe we can all stop lying in public. I mean, there's nothing he says here that's slanderous, that's, you know, incorrect in my mind. I mean, I told you about the gay guy lost at a university because she overcharged them. They came in under heat, and they couldn't pay any fees for a while. I should send her a bill now. I mean, it's funny to hear about them, these paid speeches where they make hundreds of thousands of dollars per stop, really meaningful to each of them. They're really raking in the money. He's mad that she gouged this university, which is her track record. I mean, I think this is valuable for people to know. I don't like the way they came about it, but this is the new reality.
It also paints a picture of a really nervous, worried, jittery Democratic Party. I go back to that Democratic mega donor in these emails saying no one likes her and the criminal thing ain't over. I don't think the president would weep if she found herself in real legal trouble. She'll pummel his legacy if she gets a chance, and he knows it.
Wow.
That is great.
Wow.
Well, the usage of Colin Powell dates back to September of 2015 and beyond is what we're learning now. So she has been, as you described, jittery potentially about this issue for a long time.
I just felt bad for Condoleezza Rice being dragged into it because her name comes up in some of these emails, and I'm like, leave her alone.
She emailed back and forth with Colin Powell on the subject, too. All right, we'll move on. Presidential health in the spotlight. Donald Trump's campaign is saying it will soon release the results of his physical, but they will not be focusing or make the focus of his highly anticipated sit-down with Dr. Oz on his health. What to make of it all, and is it a good idea to skip that? And the health scare jolting Hillary Clinton's campaign, her promise to release more medical records as members of the mainstream media come to her defense. The charges of sexism, and that the media are making a big to-do about nothing. We'll talk about it. And after the TV version of us goes away for a minute, we pop up online top of the hour to chat. You can join us on our Fox News page, foxnews.com/outnumber. Click on the Overtime tab. And then we're on Facebook Live at the same time, /OutnumberedFNC when you go to Facebook. And of course, you can tweet us at any time. Our handle's up on the left side of your screen.
Be nice.
Coming right back. Be nice.